Hi, we're Brett and Gina, the love entrepreneurs and founders of Marriages Worth Millions and Fortunes and Families. We're here with a Marriage Minute to give you the relationship tools and principles that you need to have more closeness, more connection, and less conflict in your relationships. So I've heard it said many times, Brett, that you should never go to bed angry. Have you ever heard anybody give that advice at a wedding breakfast or anything like that?
Yeah, all the time. In fact, when we first got married, and for quite a long time, we actually tried to practice that principle because we had been given that counsel. Never go to bed angry with your spouse. And we found that to be really problematic. That sometimes, as Gina, as you and I were first talking, as we got into this, we say some of our worst stuff when we are angry, or not angry, but when we're tired.
When we're tired, I get pretty cranky, pretty mean, and I have much poorer filter on the things that I say, the things that I'm feeling. It's just a lot harder to control my feelings and my behaviors when I'm tired, which means if I'm tired and I'm angry, that's kind of a perfect storm, and Brett usually runs for cover. That's what we found when we first got married.
I duck and hide. I don't run for cover usually. I just kind of shut up and fade away. So
that's true.
What do you say we do? And we want to give you as much insight and information as we can in this minute. And so, Gina, what would you advise anybody who's having a difficult night?
Well, what I tell couples is to do what feels right. What I mean by that is if it feels like you're not getting anywhere and things are escalating more and more and more out of control, it's okay to say, you know what, let's get some good rest, or at least do the best we can to sleep, and pick this up again in the morning when we're a little more rested. My mom used to always say, things always look better in the morning. And while that's not 100% always true, right, it is often true. And after I've had some sleep, I know I handle things much, much better. In fact, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I can't even remember what the fight was about.
Yeah, oftentimes we've taught parents how vital it is in that idea of timeout, to take their own timeout, to separate from the kids. Really, we're talking about the same thing. If you're getting exhausted, if you've had a really rough day and things are just getting heated, maybe you just need to take a time out from the situation and come back when you're fresh.
Yes, and you can help one another do that by saying, hey, this might be bad timing, but I think we should give it a rest for a little bit, and I'm getting too upset, I'm getting unreasonable, I know that about myself. Can we table this till morning? Or can we table this till tomorrow? Now, sometimes that might strike extra fear in the partner who's afraid, oh, great, you're just going to shove it under the rug and you're never going to bring it up again. I can't live like that. This is a problem I must fix. And so you have to reassure your partner that you promise that you will make a special effort. And if you have to, choose a time. Tomorrow night after dinner, or tomorrow night let's go for a walk and figure it out, or tomorrow before breakfast. As long as you set a time and you're true to your word and true to your partner, that you want to resolve the conflict, that it's important to you, that their feelings are important to you, and that the purpose of shutting it down right now is so things don't get out of control, that usually is enough to at least give them something to hold on to as long as you keep your word.
Yeah, in the business world, we often talk about that as tabling. We're going to table this conversation. We will come back to it another time. We need to give our partner the exact same respect and privilege, and sometimes our own self. I just need to table this. I'm going to come back to it. And setting boundaries. I think, Gina, that was a fantastic rule of thumb, I guess you will, or a tip and tool. Just make sure that you have boundaries, that you set some rules. And this is what I need to do. I need to separate, but we need to come back and revisit this, and here's what's going to happen.
I think the key is, I'm doing this for you because I know that I get hurtful. The tireder I get, the more we go with this, the more hurtful this is going to become, and I don't want to hurt you any more than we're already hurting. And so helping them understand that this is about your love for them, if you're sincere about that, it's going to diffuse the situation as it is and give your partner the reassurance that they need to hang on until you guys are able to resolve it like grown-ups.
Excellent point. So, as Gina said, we are Brett and Gina Judd, the Love Entrepreneurs, founders of fortunesandfamilies.com and marriage enhancement programs at Marriage is Worth Millions. And I encourage you to go to fortunesandfamilies.com, and if you go to fortunesandfamilies.com/webinars, we actually have a webinar coming up very soon that is going to give you more of these hands-on tools and information that you can use to springboard your relationship, to deepen the connection you have. And for our entrepreneurial couples, it makes sure that you don't let business bankrupt the family.
Thanks and good night.